Time for another episode of Flashback. Tracks from the past.
It's been quite a hellish week for me. So today it's not well-produced, well-scripted stuff, but the best music coming into this station right now. Soft, hard, and very melodious, as you expect. Also, the topic is stupid little mistakes, mostly mine. Ilmarque, Circus of Kismet. The first story of today is the story of the bad DCopy. I had a BBS back in the 90s, and one user asked me, "Do you have a good disk copier?" Of course I had. There is a very famous one called DCopy, and the latest version back then was 3.1. But hey, I found out I have a brand new one called 4.1. However, I might had done better if I kind of read up on stuff. That was not a correct program. Someone really wanted to damage the hard drive, had uploaded it, and hoped that I would run it. And I did. It formatted the hard drive. Yeah. Did I have backups? No. Did I have another computer to run it on? Yes, but I did not. Beek and Virt of Tequila, Fruitbat. Backups are nice. In 1996 I actually got a hard drive, a second one, so I could take backups. Nice. And, well, I built a script and I backed up all the files of the BBS. In 1998, I erroneously deleted some files, the messages mostly. So I'd say, wow, just restore it from the backup. But I could not, and I don't know why, until I actually found the backup scripts many years later, and then I remembered, yeah, okay, I did backup stuff, except the files that were like messages and user files, the ones you really needed to back up. But I had 1,000 copies of all the scripts that I already had downloaded from other places. Arachno and Seablue, In Memory, created in 2001 and commemorating the World Trade Center terrorist attacks. Next story is the story of Violence Does It, how a hard drive power connector fits upside down, which it doesn't. Actually, if you remember the old IDE drive connectors, they could only be fitted the right direction because they had a slanted edge. That's unless you kinda use violence to push it in, which I did. Turns out you can actually turn it upside down, plug it in and feed 12 volts into the 5 volts rail. That hard drive burned, and I was kinda irritated that I was able to force it in. But actually the problem was not the connector, the problem is, well, me. Moby and the Fury Tube. It's from the game Fury of the Furries. Next up, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? The story of not understanding copy protections. This is sad. I actually saved up what little money I had to buy the game Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It was a bad game, but some of my friends wanted a copy of it, and of course it was an original game, so I couldn't. But I did notice that copy protection generally corrupted a certain sector on the disk. Smart! I know how to fix this. So of course, I actually got into the disk with a disk editor and corrupted that particular sector, thinking that I have defeated the copy protection. I had defeated the game. It would never ever run again. Dustbin of Charlie.Brown.records, flying around a rainbow. Burning down the ship. Time for the story of the reset button that killed. It was the last week before I got my Amiga 500. That was a very fortunate thing, as it was the last week I had my C64. I had built a reset button because a normal C64 has none of that. And I plugged it pin by pin into the port. And that worked fine until I had power on when I was attaching those pins directly onto this port, this device there. I kinda got stuff shorted out and burnt out the whole serial part of the machine, and found out the hard way. I couldn't save games, I could not print, and worst of all, the computer was pretty much a brick. Now that is a really nice tune. It's Falah, dark comedy, sad as... yeah, I can't say that here. Time for the missing free, the story of the mistreated C64. I mistreat my C64 a lot, or at least I did. I had a sport bag where I put the C64 and the 1541 in, and I carried it around everywhere. Turns out that it was hard to get the whole thing stuffed in there because the bag was too small. But again, my patent solution is violence. I got it closed, and one day, the third button, the button with number 3, it had enough and simply snapped. What do? Well, actually, a toothpick and some of this kind of gluey stuff that you can buy, that was the solution. Allister Brimble. Overdrive. It's from the game. It's the original version, not the one you're used to hear on the station here. Yeah. Loose Screws and Heads. The story of Daisy, the destroyer of disk drives. I have not done this mistake, but I know people that have. It's a program that plays Daisy, you know, this traditional song that Hell 9000 liked so much. It plays it by spinning the head in a way that it kinda oscillates and gets this very cool chiptune sounding tunes, so to speak, but it breaks the drive because it misaligns the head. I have talked about it previously. It's a horribly dumb idea to do to your drive, but before it dies, it will play the tune by rattling around the poor head in the cage. Sphenx, Ocean of Dark. A shock to the system, the story of how not to repair stuff. This almost happened, but thankfully smarter heads prevailed. I and a friend spoke about how to fix the power supply on a PC. The problem was I didn't want to have kind of static shock when you touch components, so I didn't have a ESD hand armband. So we wondered how would you make sure that you didn't have any static and energy in your fingers? Yeah, that's easy, he said. Just connect the lead to the wall socket. This will give the whole thing a connection to the ground. And I said, yeah, but it will also put 230 volts directly on the circuit board where you are touching stuff. Perfect song if you ask me. It's Buzzer of Zenon, the white thing. Lost story? No! It's don't! Yeah, I don't know if you have seen a ACA, you know, this Amiga extension thing from individual devices. You can plug it into an Amiga 500 and give it a hard drive, some extra memory and a little bit faster CPU. Really a nice thing. But the connector to the CF port that you use to connect the hard drive is very brittle. So I actually put a label on the CF card that said, "Do not remove." A friend of mine said, "Who? I just removed this thing." And I'm like, why? Yeah, it said don't remove. Well, gee, thanks. That was Aurora Borealis, a song from Rapture. Let's talk about the future. Yeah, is it bright? Well, sorta kinda. I am still a little bit behind with stuff. I intend to get a request system up, and I also will fix the stars. They are actually now visible on YouTube and Twitch. You can see the stars, but yeah, you can't add any verdicts and grades and stuff. So that is something I still have to fix. Also, I intend to get some new jingles, which will probably be the final package for a while. Because, yeah, well, they are kind of expensive, but they sound great. So, Jonah Woodward will get another order soon. Yannis Brown, a really awesome artist if you ask me. The song is called Magic Carpet Journey, not Ride, because that's another song. Okay, we are close to the end of this podcast or radio broadcast. Have it your way. This is DJ Daemon thanking you for listening, and next week we have an artist that we will cover, his works and his tunes and a little bit about him. So enjoy your week of great Amiga music. This is the Arcade Radio Network and Flashback, tracks from the past.
Aricade Radio Network with all the best music composed on Protracker, Noisetracker, Impulse Tracker, and Fast Tracker.
Joloosx Rollout, and before that it was Adkd Saved, and it was the Corm remix. Leading you into the good night is Lesnick of Altair and Horizon. If you want to listen to this podcast, try your podcast player, try YouTube, or try ericade.radio. Thank you, and bye-bye now.
They're professional, they know what to expect from fellows like you.
Now you have to understand, Horizon doesn't exist to make money. Horizon exists to make a better future. If people think we're crazy, well, that's their problem.
professional, they know what to expect from fellows like you. They won't make mistakes, so you can't afford to either.
The Ericade Radio Network, an echo from a digital past.